Bloke sounds like a real tosser. The engine said when he died the first time, nobody showed up at his funeral, not even the vicar. Phew, bad luck snuffing it right after returning from the dead. Returning? Return. Agent Potter, you're a genius. That's it. If life enters before its time, the dead will return. But that means, oh my God, it does exist. How did I miss that? Dr. Hadley, settle down. What are you talking about? The path of the dead. It was said to have been constructed by ancient shamans wanting to explore the afterlife. This offended the spirits, so they cursed it. If anyone living tried to enter, they would be taken and replaced by the dead. Is that what those things are? Ghosts? Let's refrain from using such simple vernacular, Agent Potter. What else can you tell us about this path? That's it, sir. The legend of King Godric is the only reference to it, and that context was only provided because Cully was said to have thrown people in for his own amusement, a possible gateway to the afterlife. Interesting. This warrants further testing. How are we going to solve the radar problem? I'm confident with some adjustments we'll find a solution. With all due respect, sir, I have a real problem with that. Based on the station master's experience, it sounds like the cave works as advertised. Agreed. We would literally be raising the dead. That's not natural. That's plain God. The Foundation does that on a regular basis. It's why society hasn't crumbled. Your concerns are justified, but perseverance and risk-taking is the bedrock of good science. It still doesn't sit well with me, sir. Me neither. Then you're free to continue not observing the tests. I won't force you. I'm a hypocrite, aren't I? Yes, but at least you're in good company. I can understand why you hate this, Angus, but why do you have a problem with using D-Class, Dr. Hatley? As an archaeologist, I've dug up slaves all over the world. Many of them were just left where they died. I know it sounds ridiculous, but you can almost feel the sadness in their bones. That's what I think of D-Class. They're the slaves of the Foundation. So them being criminals doesn't matter to you? Criminals have long been used for all sorts of horrible things. That doesn't make it right. I assume you don't have a problem with it, Gavin? No, I have no sympathy for crooks, especially the ones that commit violent crimes. Like the one we seen the other day. He murdered 5 people. And what did he do? I'm not sure. Excuse me, can I ask you some questions? About what? How did you end up working for the Foundation? I was in prison. They offered me a way out. I took it when they said I might get killed. You want to die? Why? For the same reason I was inside. I got blind drunk one night and burned down my house. With my wife and kids inside. Every day since I've prayed for death. But God never hears me. Wanker. What's your name? D5702. You've been given your assignment. Proceed. All right. It's Bobby Cooper. Agent Potter? Nothing, sir. The adjustment didn't work. How unfortunate. Can I help you? We have a few questions we would like to ask you, D5702. All right, but I'll answer them only if you use my name. It's Boko, right? Is that short for something? Yeah, Bobby Cooper. Or can you remember anything that happened before your first firing? How can I remember something that happened before I was alive? Was that a yes or a no? No. Have you ever been sent to prison? No, I've stayed out of Railgate. I didn't say Railgate, I said prison. Where else do they send problem engines? Do you feel like you've been here before? You mean Sodor? D57, I mean Boko. Answer my questions without asking your own. And yes, do you feel like you've been on Sodor before? No. Have you ever worked for any organizations other than British Railways? No. Do we look familiar at all? No. Are you absolutely sure? Yes, I'm sure. Why are you asking me all these? Hang on, what's the time? 9:15? Oh no, I'm going to pick up the express. I've got to go. You might want to have someone take a look at your engine first. It doesn't sound too good. That's because it doesn't work. Like the rest of me, I'm a failure. What do you think, Dr. Pierce? That as far as he's concerned, everything he just said was the truth. Are you sure there's no more information on the part of the dead? Yes, sir. The legend was it. I can't explain this. Could it be a coincidence? Highly unlikely, but possible. And to think we might never have made this discovery if you hadn't gone to the effort of speaking with D5702. Good work, Dr. Hatley, and with translating the text. I apologize it took me so long to say that. You're welcome, sir. The means notwithstanding, I agree this is pretty exciting and very good timing. The Foundation was about to suspend any further testing on the cave. This should give them a reason to allow us to continue. And it did, for a while, but they were never able to find a way to track the entities, so the Foundation withdrew from the mountain and had the Sodor Council ban anyone from hiking on it. The Foundation can do that? It seems they can do anything. I am inclined to believe the Council was pressure from an external source, but I'm sure it wasn't the Foundation. Then who? The Caldyfell Railway's anonymous investors. Turns out they were a group of local businessmen. They certainly had the motivation to discourage hiking. Why let people walk to the top for free when they can pay to get there by rail? Has anyone tried climbing the mountain despite the ban? Oh yes, most get caught and pay a heavy price, literally. But a few have disappeared. Maybe they found the cave. Didn't you say you saw Mr. Starr after your accident? I also saw an engine with the face of an elephant. That was probably just the effects of the green water. Still, I have to wonder. And I have to wonder about poor Brian. I know Mickey explained his reaction, but given how similar it was to that Jeffries fellow, Jeffries, of all the mongrels who didn't deserve a second shot at life, agreed. A pity I can't ask Toby about that. But I did ask Boko if anyone interviewed him. Surprisingly, they did, but they never said where they were from. Does he know about the wiki? He did after I told him. He wasn't too thrilled at the idea he might be the reincarnation of a dead prisoner, or slave if you prefer. Do you think the cave exists? It's possible.
Bunny and Colonel have been worried about the snow. There's snow during the night. Over came up to the gas station on the Little Western branch line.
Okay. Yep. I'll do some but tomorrow is Sunday.
How close did you come to buying it this time? Too bloody close. Rubbish. The Jerrys couldn't hit the side of a barn. They don't have to when they can blow it to hell. Ah, don't be such a big girl's blouse. Attention! Attention! Morning, Colonel. Good morning, Corporal. I understand. Congratulations are in order. Bring back a train load of wounded under fire. Outstanding. You can learn nothing or tent from him, Private. I'm doing my best, sir. That's what terrifies me. I would ask how on God's green earth you managed to land in your current predicament, but we have more important matters to discuss. Corporal, I need you to run a train to Montsevilla. Intelligence reports that Jerry's are gearing up for an assault. Get this ammunition to the force on the double, and once Private Disaster has been derailed, he will follow with a shipment of medical supplies, unless he's waylaid by another catastrophe. Now hop to it! Sir, yes, sir! I respect that man, but the way he treats you, does he think you asked for this? I don't know and I don't care. I'm bad luck and there's nothing anyone can do about it. You shouldn't always look to others to fix your problems, Stanley. You should take some initiative. Try adopting a new attitude. Take me, for example. Every time I'm about to do something, no matter how big or small, I tell myself, I can do this. You really think that's why you're so lucky? It's not luck, Stanley. It's self-confidence. It's how I got to be where I am today. Give it a try. I promise it'll work. I'll think about it. Thanks, Kyle. No worries. Sorry, sir, it's given us the slip again. What do you mean, again? I take it you're unaware the Foundation has been on Sodor before? Yes, sir. When was the last time? 1955. We were tracking a hostile SCP in the surrounding waters. During that operation, we learned the island has a history of anomalous activity. We investigated these events, as well as reports of a creature lurking in a nearby valley. Nothing came of it. We did get hold of the lamp, but it disappeared before we could perform any tests. How? We don't know. But given all the stories we heard about it, it sounds like it has a mind of its own. And as I told you then, Agent Potter, anecdotes are not science. With all due respect, sir, those anecdotes are why we looked into the lab in the first place. Very true. Regardless, it is not in our possession and there is no sense brooding about it. Not when we have work to do. Has the radar been recalibrated? Yes, sir. Then let's proceed. I once heard a D-class describe insanity as doing the same thing over and over again, thinking things will turn out different. I sometimes wonder if science is just organized insanity. It may well be, but Dr. Pearce is right that perseverance is important. It's how I was able to discover Atlantis. I'm sure we'll find the lamp eventually. I wonder where it is. Wherever it needs to be. did you find this? It was among some papers the police seized. None of them could translate the language, but I said I might know someone who can. And they just let you remove evidence like that? I'm mates with the chief inspector on the case. And why is a local police matter our concern? The symbols on the paper look like the ones on the cave. I thought maybe they might have some information that could help us. Excellent initiative. What do you make of it, Dr. Hadley? Well, it's Old Subtrian. This was the language they spoke during the time of King Godred. It's a lot easier to translate than its ancient counterpart. I don't see any mention of the cave. In fact, this reads a lot more like directions. To what? I'm not sure yet, but they start from the Standing Stones. This is where they stop, and the text gave no clue what might be here? No, sir, none. Maybe it's King Godred's treasure. I doubt that. There's only one way to know for sure. Start digging. Why don't you think it's the treasure, Mom? Because it might not exist. But isn't it part of the legend? No, that's a common misconception. The legend doesn't make any mention whatsoever about buried treasure. It certainly doesn't say anything about a magic crown that makes the wearer immortal. And where did all that come from?